And I put Wonder Woman because I believe that grant writers are superheroes, changing the world one project, one program, one cause at a time. All right, so who am I really? I am the founder of Write the Vision Plainly LLC, where I position grant writers, nonprofits, and businesses to win grant awards at conception through education. So within the first 1 to 2 years of your nonprofit, what a lot of people don't know and what's not expressed is you can actually qualify and win grants at that level. You would have to come up with a realistic budget that might go into the prediction part of what you intend to use the money for. But this is stuff that I know that not many grant professionals are speaking on, because who wants access to unclaimed billions? Because I know I do. Me, right here. Okay. There's billions with a B, dollars on the table every single year. And this is a problem. The funders, investors, philanthropists, charity donors, they want to get rid of this money. So here's some ways that we can help them to get rid of it, because if the problem is when writing grants, it's like the more you get funded, the more you're able to help them close the gap of the billions of dollars being on the table. So it's not that you're unintelligent, but maybe, you know, you haven't been pointed in the right direction, you know. And this is not, I'm not trying to hint at or throw daggers at anyone who may not speak this way, because they either don't know themselves or they were probably told not to say anything about it. So getting deeper, grant awards are not guaranteed. Just because you wrote the best, perfect, unicorn glitter, error-proof grant that you have ever written in your life doesn't mean that that funder can guarantee you the funds. So when you're this also comes into where a lot of people frivolously write in desperation, oh, if you don't get me funded in 6 weeks, our doors are going to close. And the funder, you know, that may work or it may not, depending on the funder. And this is why it's not guaranteed. Grant awards aren't owed. So if your doors are going to close in 6 weeks, they don't owe that to you to try to help you. Grant awards are at the sole discretion of the funder, and the funder can change their mind at any time. I heard a story of a crazy story, you know, for the funder and getting awarded, from someone that said they won the award. They got the email for it. They, you know, the funder said they were going to send their check in the mail. 7 days later, they got another email from the funder saying, hey, you know, I know we said that you won, but we changed our mind and we gave it to a more qualified candidate. So the devastation of that, I know it's heartbreaking, because you're thinking, oh, I can finally do this. I can finally make my dream come true. I can finally, but now the rug is pulled from underneath you. So this is why they're not guaranteed. And if anybody is guaranteeing you grant, they can get you the grant award overnight, run away and never return. Just run from them. Okay. Also, success rates are not guaranteed. If you, and you can put this in a comment box, the chat box. I'm not able to see it now, I'm in the flow. But success rates aren't guaranteed either. So if you've been told as a novice, as a new grant writer, oh, it's dependent on your success rate, those aren't guaranteed either. But here's how success rates work. So let's just say you write 100 grants, and out of those 100, 15 on the left those are the ones that got funded. Those are the ones that say, yes, we're going to supply you for the money for your project. So out of 100, and you've gotten 15 of those, that is a 10% success rate. And on the right, you did the same 100, but you got 25. That's a 25% success rate. Does anybody know how much, like, what the sweet spot is for the success rate? That's the sweet spot. Between 30 and 60%. That's what the funder wants to see. So they believe if you can get between a 30 and 60% success rate, that's enough for them to take you seriously as a grant writer. But as I mentioned earlier, as a success rate's not being guaranteed, unfortunately, as a new grant writer, this is what you're pegged against. You're pegged against a success rate that you don't have yet, that you may not have, or maybe yours is under 10%. And so you're trying to build a momentum of your success rate. And a lot of rising grant writers make the mistake of just going ahead and saying 90% successful. And that's very attractive. That means you can practically get the grant in overnight, or at least in 5 days. And so if you have that kind of, support under you, that's great. But if you're just putting that just to put that, eventually when you're told to write this grant, it's, they're gonna know, like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. They still have to figure some things out. So it is better to earn your success rate, but